So I just came blowing in after a 10-hour drive. So I'll need to start unloading some of this stuff and look at what's here. It's a lot.
It's a nut job.
Okay, now that I've had some time to recuperate from a road trip, let's take a look at the goodies we brought home. Walking back through here, I'll come to the trailer first, so we'll look at what's on the trailer and go from there. And then we'll talk about what we're possibly going to do with all this stuff. So first off, I made it 10 hours without spilling a drop of anything. Pulling here in the yard, the engine rocked back, and of course, if you know Windsor motors, the holes in the crank are open, so some oil came out. Should have drained oil, whatever, it's on me. This engine and transmission had just done a 2,600 mile drive, I think it was. We know this engine is solid. We're going to go through it and freshen it up a little bit. This is a roller motor, 302. It's got a chrome oil pan on it, so it's obviously a race car. Going to go through it, freshen up a little bit. I'm not sure exactly what I'm going to do yet. I may put a little bit of a cam in it. I don't know. We got to do a little something to it right, but it's pretty much, it is what it is, and it's a good, reliable motor. We'll look at the bearings and everything. If everything looks good, we may not do anything to the bottom end. We may just put a little bit of a cam upgrade in it, maybe a timing chain, maybe regasket it, some simple things, because we know it's a good running engine. And this transmission, on the other hand, don't know what happened to this transmission. This transmission was bolted to this engine. Made that 2,600 mile drive. After that, they pulled it into the driveway, put it in park, and it was stuck. It wouldn't come out of park. After enough forcing on the shifter, finally got it popped in reverse to to back up. It'll go reverse park. That's all it'll do. And you can grab a hold of the fork or the lever on the side of it. It's stuck. It goes reverse park. Now that's all it's got. So not sure what happened there, but it doesn't really matter that much. Over there is a Ford 8-inch rear end. Now, I know a lot of people think, oh, it's just an 8-inch. Yeah, it's still a good rear end. It has quick performance center section, quick performance axles, if I remember correct. It's good 8-inch rear end. You know, I don't think you'd put an 8-inch in your race car, but if you want to, you could. Honestly, it all depends on what you want to do with it. 8-inch isn't a terrible rear end. It's not the strongest thing in the world, but it's not terrible. That one, again, has a brand new quick performance complete center chunk in it with a true track, and it has 3.0 gears in it. So I don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. The rear end is kind of a mystery deal. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet, but it's one of those things, if you've had something that just didn't have a good rear end under it, well, I mean, that works. You know what I'm saying? I've got some ideas for the 302. We'll talk about those as we look at the rest of the stuff that I brought home. Now, if you're unaware of the trip, I'll put in a couple of clips. I actually didn't do a lot of videoing when I was in Florida. Kind of got caught up in all the work and stuff, but I'll put in a couple of clips. I went to Florida to help a group of ladies start a car build, or get mostly through a car build for a car to go to SEMA, which I will put their information in the description of this video, and you can go check out their videos for their content on that. There was a lady from California. She's got a channel called Gearheaded Training. Very, very much trying to learn the craft. There is a lady from Canada, Annie's VW. In case you couldn't tell, she does VWs. There was a lady from South Carolina, Rustic Beauty. She has a very cool Torino that she's doing. She also has a wagon, which is very cool. And then, of course, Riley's Rebuilds that you've all seen in the past. All these ladies are getting together and putting a car together for SEMA this year in November. So I will link as much as their stuff as I can in the comments. I'm not sure if Annie's VW has a YouTube. I don't know. I know she has an Instagram. But I'll try to put their information in there. Let's look at the rest of this stuff. So here is actually the one that I'm excited about the most about it, but I need to look at it and make sure it is what it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be a TCI rebuild, however you want to use the wording. This is supposed to be a fresh C4. This is going in the Cougar because we smoked the one that was in the Cougar. I am going to go through it and make sure it is what it's supposed to be. You never know. And there's a 2600, I think it's 2400, something like that, style converter for this, which should be great for the Cougar. I can tell you it's got an aftermarket pan on it. It's supposed to be fresh. We're going to look at it and make sure, just look everything over, flip it over, pop the pan off, take a look at everything. It's kind of hard to tell sometimes when one's fresh or if it's just freshly painted. So we need to look at all that. Of course, the Tunnel Ram FE, I'm going to do a complete separate video on that. I just kind of threw everything out of the back of the truck last night to get to bed. We're doing a separate video on that. You just stay tuned. I'm probably going to record it all at the same time, but I'll release a separate video on that. Of course, that there is a brand new quick performance center chunk. It was raw, so it's surface rusted a little bit, sitting on their shelf, but it is a brand new center chunk from Quick Performance. That is going into Cougar. That is it's either a 355 or a 373. I can't remember. I think it's 350. We'll look at I'll show you how to find the numbers on that when the time comes, and we'll look at that and make sure what that is. The drums for the 8-inch out there, the torque converter for that out there. Here we have a box full of stuff that I haven't even been through. I actually didn't even know that was in the bed of my truck. So we got a bunch of goodies. All right, so let's take a look at this transmission here. Can we tell 100% if it's good or not this way? No, but we should be able to tell if somebody's actually been in it and done any work on it, or if it's just a Craigslist rebuilt and been painted. The fact that there's still painter's tape wrapped around the modular valve here. Of course, kind of looks like a new valve, doesn't it? Let's get this tape off here and see what we can see. Well, hey guys, if you're going to paint something, painter's tape. Duct tape is not always the best option for everything. That's all that stuff you see there. That's all the duct tape flaking off. Okay, so first thing right off the bat, if you take a look, I don't know how hard it is to see because everything's painted black. There's a bolt here, a bolt here, and that's it. There's 2 bolts. All the bolts are missing. Now, does that mean that everything's new inside? Does that mean that they swapped the pan and didn't change the bolts? I don't know. This is definitely an aftermarket pan on the bottom of it. So let's open it up and see what the inside looks like. All right. Let's find out. Oh, it's real clean. A little tag there. And it's actually really clean. Maybe we've got a good transmission after all. I like the fact it's all clean. You can still see the tag on it. I don't know if this is a Ford valve body or aftermarket. Yeah, dude, it's stamped from Moco, so it's Ford valve body. It may be a stock transmission. It may not have anything done to it. I don't know. But it's clean. That means it should work, right? Now I've got options here. If we fast forward to when we get around to it and talk about the giveaway truck that we're going to do, we've always talked about that truck being an FE powered truck. And I have no issue with that truck being an FE powered truck. But now it gives us an option. We could freshen up that little 302 and put a 5-speed behind it and have a truck that I know for a fact would get great gas mileage because I run a 302 and a 5-speed in that wagon and I can get 20 miles a gallon out of it. That's with a 750 VRS carburetor on top of it. I still get 20 miles a gallon out of it. So we could kind of copy that combination and go into that giveaway truck with that 302. Or we could stay the course and put an FE in it. And then I could take the 302 at some point down the road after I go through it and put it into the 47. Either or. It's 6 of one, a half dozen other. You guys let me know what you think. Would you use the 302 for the giveaway truck? Just kind of freshen up a little bit. Would that truck be more appealing as a 302 powered truck? Or would that truck be more appealing as a FE powered truck? Whatever cubic inch we decide to go with that, we have to build the entire engine. So which would be more appealing in that truck? An FE powered or a 302 powered? Here's why I'm thinking the 302 might work. One, we could copy the combination in a wagon and have something that you could truly drive anywhere and get great gas mileage. But number two, let's be perfectly honest, the aftermarket world is much more supportive of the Windsor-based engines, and you can get parts for them a lot cheaper. So if someone wanted to upgrade stuff in the future, then it would be less expensive for them. Now, that's just me trying to think ahead for the person that owns it down the road. Maybe the person that owns it down the road won't want to change anything, so I don't know. So you let me know what you think. Would you stay the course and go FE with that truck when we get to the point where we can start on it, or would you go with the 302 on it? Now, those that do not know what I'm talking about and just joined this channel, we have you can go back and watch. I think the video was called something along the lines of I'm giving away my 67 F100 or something along those lines. It's just a shell right now. When we get the Jeep out of the way and done, we're going to start on that truck, and we're going to build that truck, and it's absolutely going to be given away for free. There'll never be, you have to buy anything. There'll never be anything to enter. There'll never be anything to that. It's going to be based off the watches of the video. So once we start that project, we want each video to get 50,000 views. When the moment each video that we do, however many videos it takes to do that truck, I don't know how many it'll take, but as long as the videos get a minimum of 50,000 views, at that point, we just give it away. We let YouTube pay for the build of the truck, which is going to require it to have 50,000 views of video. So you let me know what you think about that. And for those that have not followed the Cougar stuff on here, I built that car for my mom. It was her first car. So I built that car for her, and we've done a lot to that car. It has an incredible monster nitrous powered engine. The C4 did not live. The nitrous is probably a bit overdone for, a lady in her 60s. Doesn't necessarily need nitrous. So we may end up pulling the nitrous kit off of that car when we put the new transmission and all in it and let it go more back toward a tamer street version. And maybe we take that nitrous kit and we either put it on the 47 down the road, or maybe we go single full barrel for 6 Smokies with a Galaxy, and we put nitrous on the Galaxy. I don't know. That's just spitballing ideas, because I doubt I'm going to get a chance to take that off before 6 Smokies anyway. But 6 Smokies leads me into this engine, and we'll get to that in the next video. Like I said, I'm going to film all of it at one time, so you'll have to be waiting for the next video to find out what we're doing with this engine right here and what's going on with it. Again, I've been gone for, what day is this? This is Tuesday that I'm filming this. I left on Wednesday of last week. Wednesday and Thursday. Yeah. I left on Wednesday of last week, I believe. So I've been gone almost a week. I'm too tired to do the math. So I've been gone almost a week. Again, had an amazing experience, an amazing time helping out all the folks in Florida. And it reminded me of a few things of why I do what I do. I get caught up sometimes out here and get frustrated with some of the things I do, because I work by myself and I do everything alone. But when you find a group of people, in this case it was a group of ladies, but it doesn't matter if it's ladies, girls, boys, men, whatever. Martians, I don't care. When you find a group of folks that want to learn and want to know more and are willing to put in the effort, it kind of reignites your excitement for what you do. I think sometimes we get so caught up in, does it even matter anymore? Does it even matter that we're out here trying to save these cars? Does it even matter that we do these things that we do, that we go to these races, that we go to these tracks, that we go to these events, that we go to Power Tour, that we go to Drag Week and all these things? Does any of it even matter? That we're putting hours upon hours into all this? Does it ever go anywhere? And then you run into a group of people who just want to absorb knowledge and wants to learn the craft. And you start thinking, okay, I get it. There's still people out there that pay attention. And it kind of reignites your energy to do all this. Because I'm telling you, I'd gotten to about the point where I was burnt out on all of it. Just being 100% transparent, I'd gotten to the point where I was about burnout. Because it seemed like endless days and endless hours, and you can't visually see the finish line sometimes. But then when you meet a group of people that are just absolutely eager to eat up any knowledge they can, it reignites that fire. It lets you know that you're not wasting your time. There's people out there that want to know more. So with a fresh ignited vigor, we are going to get back to all these projects now. I needed that. That done as much for me as it did for them in that car build. So now we can get back to work and push till we start to feel that feeling again, and then we'll just go find another group of people to hang out with for a little while. You know what I'm saying? There you go, guys. A truckload of parts. Maybe that's what I'll call this video, a truckload of parts. We got a lot of parts. Everything very, very usable. That one transmission, got to look at it and see why it's hung in there. I don't know, some kind of fork or something's broke, but regardless, we've got a truckload and a trailer full, actually, of good, usable parts. Make sure you tune in for the second video, which I'm actually filming at the same time, where take a look at this FE and see what's going on with it, the tunnel ram FE. If you're a long-time viewer of the channel, you actually watched us build that engine and run that engine on a run stand, so you'd be familiar with that engine. So hang in there, wait for the next video to come out, probably later in the week. You will see that and dig into it and see why it's here. So, well, if you watched the last video, you know why it's here. We'll dig into it and see what's going on. All of that has been filmed at the same time as this. Actually, I'm about to start filming right now some more on the Jeep project that we've got going on. I'll probably start filming on that right now, and I guess that'll be 3 videos in one day that I'm trying to do, or 3 videos in a couple of days that I'm trying to do, and I'm not sure when they'll be out. So we're filming a bunch of videos is what I'm saying. I know there was a little lull there where there wasn't some videos. We're about to be wide open and thrashing at it again. And we've only got a few weeks to sick Smokies. How awesome is that? So y'all hang in for that as well. God bless you guys. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for watching. I hope the Lord bless you more today than he did yesterday. To him be the glory. Guys, hang in there. We're getting back on track. Gosh, please remember to like, share, and comment, guys. Thank you so much.
I'd say he's a nut job.